Hi friends! So I have a very loaded question to answer from one of my followers. I actually post on my Instagram. It's at Nicole Tinkham. So if you want to follow me, go ahead and do so. But every week I ask my followers, ask me anything about blank, and I give a topic. So the most recent one I did was ask me anything about my 50-pound weight loss. I should have known this is going to be a very long explanation. So someone asked me, well, how did you lose the 50 pounds? Was it keto? I have a lot of keto followers because when I first got onto Instagram, I was doing keto. So a lot of the people that I was following and connecting with were keto. And now that I'm doing carnivore, it's very similar to keto. So I still have like a lot of keto followers. So I wanted to answer this. Now, first of all, I did lose about 50 pounds, and this was over a course of several years. I actually started my weight loss journey after we got married, so it was about 10 years ago. I was looking through the wedding photos. I'm like, how did I gain this much weight? Because it felt like it happened overnight. So it was just a combination of so many things to get to where I'm at right now. The first thing I did was I incorporated some exercise into my routine because, not knowing any better, I didn't realize that nutrition was number one, and I thought you can lose weight just by exercise alone. So I found something that I really love to do at home, Zumba dancing. And I did Zumba dancing. I was burning a ton of calories, and it did help me lose some weight. Then I wanted to kick it up a notch. I started doing some things for my nutrition. One of those things was eliminating soda from my diet. So that was the first little step. I eliminated soda. Like I said, I didn't know what I was doing as far as nutrition went at all. So I just thought eating a whole bunch of salads was a good thing for me. So that's where I started. I ate a whole bunch of salads. Don't recommend it though, because my cravings were really intense. I really struggled with that. Eventually, I started learning a little bit here and there from other people. I started incorporating different things as far as diet went. So I did try the keto diet. Let me tell you what happened with keto and why it didn't work for me, because I have so many followers that are doing keto and there's nothing wrong with that. I just want to say that it didn't work for me for, I think, just basically one or two reasons. First off, I was eating so much cheese on keto. So if you follow some other people who are doing keto, a lot of them eat a lot of cheese, or at least the ones that I was following were eating a lot of cheese, and I thought that's the way to do that diet. So I was eating a lot of cheese, and my body didn't like it. And I did that for a long time. Why isn't keto working? And I didn't even think to try cutting out the cheese until much later. So that's number one thing that did not work for me with keto. Number two is, you can have some vegetables on keto, and some of those vegetables my gut did not like. And I didn't realize that until much later. So I struggled with gut issues for a long time, with bloating, constipation. I was just feeling very exhausted all the time. And I went through all this, went to my doctor. You can read about my story on the blog, NicoleTinkham.com. But basically, I found out that I had some autoimmune diseases, gastritis, and esophagitis. I also had SIBO, and I've done a few different things to try to treat this. One of them was an elimination diet called the Autoimmune Protocol. Worked at first, not so much a little bit later on, because some of those vegetables that were on the Autoimmune Protocol, I was sensitive to. So, everyone's different. You just have to figure this thing out. So that didn't So the autoimmune protocol didn't necessarily work for me because some of the foods on the okay to eat list I just happen to be sensitive to. To treat the SIBO, my doctor put me on 2 rounds of antibiotics, which after doing them, I felt even worse than when I started. So when it came down to it, the last final thing that I did that actually worked was trying an all-meat diet, which is basically another elimination diet, but taken to the extreme, because you're taking everything else out that could possibly cause you any symptoms, and you're only eating meat. Now, the whole point of me doing this elimination diet was to eventually add foods back into my diet. But let me tell you, after 2 weeks of doing carnivore, I started feeling so much better that I went to my doctor and I was like, listen, I want to do this all the time. I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop eating this way because I feel so good. Why would I? He was cool with it. He gave me some more guidelines so I can follow carnivore long term. So that's what I'm currently doing. To sum it up, how did I lose the 50 pounds? Baby steps. So, like I said, I started with exercise. That was number one. But I realized over time that it's more nutrition than anything else. So keep that in mind. Then I started working on my nutrition. Now, eliminating soda from my diet was huge. So, I actually saw a huge weight loss just by doing that alone. So, that just goes to show that it is baby steps to get there. You don't have to do everything all at once. That's too overwhelming. Especially if you're eating like a standard American diet to like jump into carnivore. It's like, that is insane. So start small with baby steps. And everyone is so different. So you really have to just try things and see how it works for you. Like even now on the carnivore diet, there are certain things that I can't do, like eggs. Sometimes my body just doesn't like eggs. And the only way to really know what your body likes is to try it. You're gonna have bad days, you're gonna have bad experiences, you're gonna be down in the dumps, but I'm telling you, that's the only way for you to realize like what's gonna work best for you and how to feel better. So basically my weight loss journey is like, I lost the weight and then I still had the bloated gut. I was working out, I was doing everything I thought that I was doing right, but it came down to it wasn't my fault. I was doing everything right. I was working so hard. It was so frustrating not to have those abs that I wanted. I was doing it all right, but it wasn't my fault because I was dealing with some other issues. So if you feel like you're also dealing with maybe some deeper issues and that are preventing you from reaching your weight loss goals, see a doctor, try to figure it out. Maybe it's just a food sensitivity. There's so many different things that it can be, but I encourage you just to like keep trying and don't give up because you will find a solution for you. And then once you find it, like once you nail down the perfect thing for you, the perfect plan that works good for you, then you got it. You know what it is. You know that if you feel bad one day, it's like, oh yeah, because I ate that or I chose to do that. That's why I'm not having the best day. And then you'll know how to move on. So I hope that answers the question. I know it's a really loaded question. So if you guys have any further questions, please drop a comment below. I'd be more than happy to jump on and answer them for you.